foggy, crazy weather Michigan night. So we're glad to have you here. So I got to meet a lot of you. We got people here from the Chippewa Valley School District, Utica, Rochester, Berkeley, Clawson, Birmingham School District. We've got quite a few people here from different districts today, so we appreciate you come. This is our second open house for our Schools of Choice families. And tonight we want to tell you about our program and give you an opportunity to see our classrooms and see the building a little bit. Just up front, we've only got one classroom up. The building is going to be a lot of renovations over the summer, so won't be able to see a lot of things except where we're going to be located. So I want to introduce you to a few people that are very key to our program, and then I'm going to introduce you to our superintendent, who is really the person behind this program. So first is our principal for here next year. She's right now our lead teacher, Kate Martin, very instrumental in our program. In the back, we have Hillary Owens, who is our program coordinator. Unfortunately, Hillary's leaving us for Arizona, of all places, a week from tomorrow. She wants the warmer weather. Also in the back is Ray Lynn here. Okay, the person you met at the door is our social worker. That's part of our Gifted and Talented program. The lady with her back to you with the white, gray, and black, that's Lita Brennan. She's our pupil accounting specialist. She'll be able to help you tonight with any questions you may have on schools of choice, the enrollment process, okay? She can help you. We also have one of our teachers here tonight, Amanda Merrill. She might be down in the classroom right now, but Amanda Merrill is one of our second, third grade split teachers right now. She's here. And I know we have quite a few parents that are currently in our program here as well tonight. So again, I want to introduce you to one key person. So 3 years ago, this man had a vision that all kids can learn, no exceptions, and he says, we're going to research this program. Some parents came to see him. Next thing you know, we spent a year researching, working, and we've got, we think, one of the best programs anywhere in the Gifted and Talented. Our superintendent is very key person behind this program. So Dr. Schwartz is the superintendent of our schools, and he's going to give you a little bit of history and a little bit about our program right now.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Thank you again for coming out tonight. We'd like to give you some of the nuts and bolts of our programming tonight and give you a kind of a showcase of a model classroom and kind of give you a sense of where the classroom is going to be. As part of the presentation tonight, too, we're going to show you some of the renovations that are going to be happening in this building. This is going to be the permanent home of the Gifted and Talented program. We began this program about 3 years ago, as Marty said. It was in the planning before that for a good almost 2 years in terms of researching and looking at best practice and looking for the best teachers and hiring from around the country. Because the philosophy here is that we are looking to create a program that is going to be different, first of all, than what a typical public school will offer for a given student. And we feel very passionate about that all students should be challenged at the level that they are at. And gifted and talented students are the ones usually to sacrifice for the general public classroom. It is the population that does not receive the servicing, does not receive the challenge that other students do. In most public education classrooms, teachers teach to the middle, and then when there's extra time, it's spent on the at-risk student on the lower end of the continuum. The attitude has always prevailed that the student at the top already gets it, so we just move them on. And in many cases, the notion of accommodating the gifted is just to give them more problems to do. And that is not how you teach gifted and talented students. And in fact, when you look at the research and you look at dropout statistics, the subgroup of students that is most likely to drop out historically, contrary to what folks stereotypically think, it's the gifted and talented student. It's not the at-risk student. The dropout rates of our gifted and talented students outweigh those that are on the underbuilding, per se, because they get bored, because they're not challenged. And so we've been very passionate about creating a program that is student-centered, that where students are involved in pursuing their interests. So the curriculum is essentially built around the individual student. We do a lot of individualization of the curriculum for students. We have students at a variety of levels that don't necessarily coincide with their age or their peer group, per se, depending on subject. And so we tailor that program to them. We do not do what some schools do in terms of the gifted program, and they do a pullout where a student goes in a hallway and sits with an aide for 20 minutes or 40 minutes a week and goes through extra enrichment activities. That's not gifted and talented education, although some districts will market it as that. We chose this to be a magnet program. It was a multi-age program. We began in the first year with a 3-4 combination classroom. A couple of sections of those at Woodland Elementary. It grew this year to include 2-3 multi-age and a 4-5 multi-age. So we ran the span of grades 2 through 5, but we have outgrown the space at Woodland Elementary. So we currently occupy 4 classrooms in that elementary school, which is not far from here. And we knew at the time that we started the program that that was going to be a temporary home, that it was going to grow and exceed the capacity that we had available in that building. The ultimate design of our program is really to go from grades 2 through 8. So we're in the 2 through 8 school. And this building is going to be its permanent home. And again, we'll go through some of the renovations that are going to be occurring here between now and next fall to ready the program to move from Woodland to here and then expand, because there's going to be a ton of expansion opportunities here for that program to grow. And as we talk about servicing students in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, we have the luxury of a couple of things. One is we have the middle school directly behind us, where students will be able to come and go depending on classes. So we'll almost be running like a shuttle for certain classes back and forth. For students that want to take band and choir, because with the size of our gifted and talented program, it's kind of hard to have a band of 10 kids or 15 kids that are interested. So for those types of activities, we'll be going back and forth on the campus to the middle school, which is directly behind us. Also, we're going to be working closely with Michigan State. You see the GATE program in the back, and those programs are going to be offered through the curriculum in our middle school level program. So we're partnering with Michigan State to be able to offer those opportunities for those high level acceleration type of courses while they're here. So they're going to have a wealth of opportunities. When they leave 8th grade, we have a lot of questions, well, what happens after 8th grade? Because there's a gifted program at the high school. And there's not a gifted program at the high school because there's so much of a variety of ways to tend to a student's needs at that point. So we have students that go into high school, they can pursue advanced placement tracks, they can pursue early college tracks, they can pursue dual enrollment. I mean, there's plenty of options for them to pursue university coursework in the high school. And that's, at that point in time, they can pursue their interests in that realm and take college classes. And in fact, we even have students taking college classes in the middle school level that are of that ability to do so. So again, we really try to work around building a program around your individual child's needs, both academically and social emotional. So in the program, we house a lot of social emotional supports for those students that need those supports. And so that's part and parcel to the program as well. So we invite you to sit back this evening, get some information and chew on it. We're going to be around for questions, certainly throughout the evening, and we're available anytime after this as well as you go home and you think about further questions and so on. We're always available for you. But this is a program that is quickly growing. We're trying to control the growth which is why we have limited seating from a school of choice perspective, because we're afraid that if you allow it to grow too fast, you also compromise quality, and we don't want that. So we're very careful to grow it methodically and within size that we can control the quality. So, so please don't hesitate to ask questions as we go. They were to show you, it's a model setup of the classroom. It is a very project-based curriculum. It's a very application-centered curriculum for students. It's not a lot of sit and get. It's a lot of explore, discover, research, present, collaborate, because we're really trying to fold in workplace learning skills in this environment. So it's a lot of that collaboration piece, individual projects, group projects, all fostering around student interest areas, and at quite the level of depth. We've seen some projects in these classes, from a third grade perspective, they're researching things that high schoolers are researching. It's phenomenal. At the ability, once you set these kids loose and you put some parameters around what they're to do, the depth that they can go in, and have spirited debates, and you think you're talking to adults and third graders. And that's the kind of program that we want. We want to be able to foster that type of independence, that type of confidence, and that type of preparedness, both with their peers and with their confidence. So, and Kate has been a wonderful, she was the face of the program. She's the person that we have searched the country to find. I'd go all the way to Texas to find her.
South Carolina.
South Carolina. We've been to Texas, we've been everywhere.
Stolen from South Carolina.
So, and Kate has been really a major architect of the program. Putting into place, the portfolio approaches that the kids will go through to showcase and amass their learning through their time in the program. She has really helped to bridge together the curriculums, how we approach the students from an individual perspective. So she has been a wealth to this program. And subsequently, she's going to be principal starting next year, before we've now gotten to the size of the program that we need a principal. So she will be at the helm and commanding from that perspective. So I'm going to turn it over to Kate, who's going to get us started on the presentation this evening. So thank you again.
So thank you for, again, not because he's my boss, but because he believes that all kids can learn. And we do have that philosophy in our district, so we're very blessed to have someone that supports all kids. So I think you're going to hear a lot of stuff tonight. We encourage you to ask questions, but I will tell you that we have done this so often that we pretty much know your questions, and they're in slides somewhere in here. So if you have a question, please don't hesitate to ask. But a lot of times, if they're not in the slide we're talking about, they are in here, okay? We're going to have some parents who will be here afterwards if you'd like to talk to them, as well as some of our staff members afterwards. So if you have questions from a different perspective, like to talk to a mother, I'd like to talk to a father, they'll be here for you to talk to at the end. All right, so Ms. Kate.
Okay. All right, so if we think about just a general mission statement for our program, it would be that it's designed to provide a positive learning environment in which academically gifted children are nurtured and supported. And these are a few of the pictures from my classroom right now, because I am still teaching a 4th and 5th grade split classroom right now. So clearly we are at our new location. Right now we're housed at Woodland Elementary, and we are forcing them to bust at the seams, and so we are going to be moving here next year. As we said, it'll look a lot different than what it does now, but we definitely get a chance to see some of the classrooms. Next year we'll service grades 2nd through 6th, and then each year we'll add on one more up to 7th, and then finally we'll end with 8th, and that's where we'll stay. We'll cut 2nd through 8th grade. Right now, our school schedule is not set in stone, but we're anticipating it being somewhere near 8 o'clock to 2:50. And we'll have that a lot more solidified by the spring.
right here is where you
actually
parked up here?
Yeah.
You
So
came in right here?
our side area here is really where we're typically gonna have our entrance, and then there's gonna be two different brand new playgrounds put in. And they're modifying some of the parking lot, things like that here as well. So, and the classrooms and things will be updated, similar to how you'll see the model classroom when you go take a look at it.
So let me just ask, do you guys, anybody have any problem when you go pick your child up at school with parking and you have to jockey? I always watch, that Mark Wahlberg movie, Daddy's Home, and there's wars out in the parking lot, and these people are like, do this and do that. Well, let's put it this way, where we're at right now, it can be hard, parking. But Miss Kate, she's got a system, our parents get in and get out, and we don't love it.
So when we developed this program, and when we thought about the things that we really wanted to have in it, we kind of had some of these things in mind, because we wanted to make sure that, number one, our gifted students are engaged in school and not bored. That's probably the number one complaint that you hear from gifted students that are in a traditional school, is that they sit there and they're bored. They're waiting around for everybody, waiting for everybody to finish, and my students now say, well, I'm not bored anymore. They're actually being challenged for the first time, and that's an amazing thing, I think, to be able to hear that come out of my students' mouths. And that makes me super happy when they don't know things, and they say, well, I have no idea about this, and I say, well, great, because that means you're gonna actually learn something today.
So one of our parents always would joke, he'd ask his daughter, what you learned in school today? She would say, oh, nothing. Now all of a sudden, gifted and talented, what did you learn today? He's like, I wish she'd go back to a lot less, because it's an hour-long dialogue about what she learned, which is exciting for a father who's happy for his daughter learning like this.
Yeah. So our gifted students often say, when they're in a traditional classroom, that they feel like they have a hard time connecting with other students. They can't have conversations with them because it's hard for them to relate to each other. And so the best part about this is that although they're in a split classroom, they're around like-minded peers. They can have a conversation on a level that's appropriate for both of them. Not to mention, we have content that's intellectually and academically appropriate for the students. And quite honestly, I say it's a burden, but I mean, of course it isn't, but it's really difficult for a gen ed teacher to be able to accommodate from the low way up to the top. I mean, realistically, it's quite almost impossible. So it allows us to be able to focus in on one group. And of course, our brighter students are having a chance to be collaborative and productive at school. I put this slide in because I wanted to talk a little bit, just briefly, I'm not going to read all through it, I promise. I just want to talk about some of the highlights that I see between a high-achieving student and a gifted student. And one of the biggest differences that I can say in my experience is the amount of repetitions that it takes to gain mastery. For example, a high-achieving student might need 6 to 8 repetitions for mastery. They're a really hard worker, and they finally get it, and they do get it. But a gifted student, I might need to say it once, maybe twice, and we move on to the next thing, and they've mastered it. One of the things that I've implemented fairly recently with my math is, and my students are really enjoying it, is that it's hardest problems first in math, is I do the lesson, and then they get 5 problems that are the most difficult from the lesson, and if they get less than 1 wrong, then they don't have to continue practicing it. And they've just loved it because they don't have to keep practicing and practicing the same thing over and over again. But, I mean, ultimately, of course, they're all curious, they're interested in what we're doing because it's new for you.
So we put the slide up there for another reason too. So one of the things is, Dr. Schwartz talked to you about, we didn't want to grow the program too fast, and we want to make sure the kids we put in the program are truly gifted kids. And sometimes as a parent, I think my child's gifted, I think my child's gifted. And then when you look at some of the qualities, maybe my child's not gifted, maybe they're just high functioning, okay? And again, we put that up there so parents understand, because, you know, we're very, very selective about the kids we put in the program, because we want the kids to be successful. and we don't want anybody not to be successful. So again, this will be on our website, this slide right here. And again, if you feel like you want to go look at it a little bit more, just go on our website, this is up there for you too.
The whole presentation.
Yep.
So, how are we different from other schools? Number one is the focus on growth. A lot of times schools, and Dr. Schwartz referenced this earlier with what he was talking about, is that a lot of schools say, well, 50 students are okay, they already got it. They don't need to continue on. We don't need to do anything else. Well, my view is, and our view is, that, well, they still have room to grow. We're not going to make them wait around until everybody else catches up. So my whole focus is growth, and everybody's going to start it somewhere different, even in a gifted classroom, but it's all about your own growth journey and where you're going to go in our classroom. And of course, we're going to use lots of data to help guide our instruction on that and determine where your starting point is and where we want to go from there. Another big component to us is that it's paced according to students' needs. Ultimately, it's accelerated in most cases, especially in math. Not only is it leveled according to where they're at, but it's also quite accelerated and quickly paced through. For example, I'm finishing up, like I have a 5th grade master's and we're finishing up all of the units in a few weeks. Whereas some 5th grade classes might not even finish the 5th grade curriculum in a year. So it is quite accelerated to their needs. I'll talk a little bit more in a moment about how we do small group instruction, but that is also a really big component to our curriculum. We do value project-based learning, as does our whole entire district. A great example of that is a lot of our enrichment projects that we do. For example, we actually just completed a community service project for the Detroit Dog Rescue. Earlier this year, we lost one of our teachers, Ms. Jacqueline Scott, to a car accident, and she was a lover of the Detroit Dog Rescue with her dog Frankenstein. She got in from there, and so our students really wanted to do something in honor of her and in memory of her. And so they pulled together, they recorded a radio advertisement for the radio station. They made flyers, they did announcements on the school, morning announcements, and we posted on the Facebook sites their flyers and everything, and we brought in just so, like, 2 whole large pallets of donations, plus monetary donations too, and all in honor of her, and the kids all did it. I didn't do a thing, and so that's what's pretty awesome about it. So we have a lot of collaboration as well. We have values, particularly in science and social studies and inquiry-based instruction. Our district actually just had a start on using FOX for our science, and that's been a really wonderful opportunity for us to have those hands-on materials. And we do utilize those as well, and go very accelerated through the teaching for those as well. As far as technology, we do integrate quite a bit with our Chromebooks and Google Apps for education. The students use a lot of those in order to do our research and to do our writing, but it's not everything. We don't sit in front of a computer and stare at it all day. We do some other things. So, I'm a parent, I value that, that amount of screen time, and how I'm so very aware of that as well. But we think it's important in order for our students to grow. We do a lot of social emotional learning, which I'll get into actually in a moment. We value consistent and frequent parent-teacher communication, and also students, we value that the students are having choice and voice in what they're doing and learning, and we'll get into that as well. So I wanted to take a moment and go through a little bit more about the curriculum and how that's designed for our gifted students. For math, I use, and all the classrooms use, something called a workshop model, where there's small groups learning based on what their academic level is. So for example, I teach in a 4th grade classroom. I've separated the students based on data into a 5th grade master's, 6th grade master's, and 7th grade master's, and then that I teach a lesson to each of the groups. They have independent practice time, when they're not with me, and, somehow it all works, and they do a great job with it. But the best part about that is, again, accelerated and on their level. Doesn't matter if they're a fourth grader in a sixth grade math group. If it's appropriate for them, that's what they get, and that's what they can handle. The reading and writing workshop, we use a combination of the College's William and Mary curriculum and Lucy Hawkins. Lucy Hawkins is used district-wide and in many districts in this area, but the William and Mary curriculum is a gifted specific curriculum for reading and writing. And so we kind of integrate that along with some other bits and pieces that we know that is appropriate for our students. And again, much of that is accelerated small group lessons. We have been really growing and developing our book collection in each of the classrooms to be able to provide content appropriate resources for the students that's on a higher level as well. For science and social studies, again, it's project-based, it's hands-on, it's inquiry. And enrichment, I have to say, if you ask any of my students, it's probably their favorite time of the day. Mostly because if you've heard of passion projects or genius hour, that's basically what it is. They're basically given an opportunity to choose a topic they're interested in, and that's what they get to learn about, and that's what they get to teach the class about. And so you can see also part of our enrichment, one of the things we did was a wax museum on a scientist of their choice. So you'll see, or actually a scientist or explorer of their choice. We had just finished exploration. So we had George Washington and Einstein over here as well. And I also mentioned technology already, but one of the unique things I also have the students do is in fourth grade or higher, we make online educational portfolios. So they can, really for two reasons. Number one is to track their learning. They get to link all the things and basically create a running record of all the things that they've learned in each of the subjects, but also it's a goal-setting opportunity for the students. So. For our social emotional learning, we know that this is so important for our gifted students. If I'm sure you've done your homework on your child, but we know that our gifted students have oftentimes asynchronous development, which means that their academic level is growing so quickly that maybe their social emotional learning is coming a little bit lagging farther behind. And so that's one of the things that we really try to do and accommodate for is understand that they may not be as mature as someone exactly their age. And so we utilize actually two different programs. PBIS is just a positive behavior system, but the character ed really comes from the Positivity Project, or P2 if you've heard of it before. But really their tagline is Other People Matter, and focusing on empathy and understanding others is really the big idea with this program. And so we spend about 15 to 20 minutes per day, every day, talking about things like social intelligence, like love of learning, like caring about others, things like that. And the students, perfectionism, we also integrate a lot of, actually I had a really big talk with my students about perfectionism the other day. But we integrate a lot of those oftentimes seen as negative gifted characteristics with the students so they can learn about themselves and how they can personally grow. So it's a really great opportunity. We recognize that it's important to include these students into our new school.
And we even include a school social worker as part of our program. And Ray Lynn's in the back. You want to wave? So we feel that the child needs all aspects. So we have a social worker as part of our gifted talented program.
So at our new location, right now we're kind of under Woodlands PTO. They've been so wonderfully supportive to our program and our students. And really have treated us like the Woodlands family, and we've appreciated that. But they're also going to be kind enough to help us start our own Avondale GATE PTO so that In the spring, when they do their elections, ours will be done concurrently for parents, that'll be coming here. And, so that'll be, we can actually start, the PTO in that towards the end of this school year. Some other miscellaneous information, number one is that, childcare, a lot of parents have asked about, since we do have some early start times for this, have asked about, childcare for after. We use a program called Busy Bees, if you want to.
Yep, so
talk
we
more
are
about that.
working, one of the things is we have to get our room license here. And then we have to make sure we're able to fill that room with workers. And I don't know if anybody else is seeing, there's a lot of help wanted signs out there, but we do have a commitment to your children that we will have before and after school care for your children. It's a paid service, we're hoping to have it here, but if not, we have an elementary right next door that will bus the kids over to it, and you'll be able to pick your children up there. But our goal is to have our Busy Bees program right here for after school, before school, care for your children.
We do follow all the same state and district assessments. For example, the math test or the NSTEP at the end of the year.
And we will be sharing that data with you as well.
Yeah, and then, a lot of parents also have a question about clubs. We're gonna have all the same, it's really the same sort of elementary experience, as you would get at a typical elementary school. You know, we're still gonna have clubs, we still have, you know, specials for the students. It's still all of those same things, it's just tailored to a gifted child.
So it's gonna look a lot like a normal elementary school. And we'll talk about sports and clubs a little bit more in another slide. But a lot of our parents said, we don't want our kids to grow up so fast. And we want your children to enjoy school. And there's a lot of great things at the elementary level that they need to take part in. And we're gonna have those offered for your children.
So, speaking of that, let's switch gears to think about sixth grade and beyond. Right now, this is specific to sixth grade, so that's what we're, having for next year. Whenever possible, we want our students to stay with us. And so really that means for sixth graders, they're gonna stay with us for their core classes, which is ELA, Math, Science, and Social Studies. And those would look very similar to, like, for example, what a fifth grade would, except, you know, it's still on their level, it's still paced according to what they need, it's just here, in our building. And students, however, may need to travel for